Hey, hi. Hi, welcome back. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing great. Just got my hair done. Very luscious. Waiting on it to dry. But yeah, I'm doing good. Can't really complain. Went to the gym, went to the grocery store. You'll never believe this. I didn't get blueberries today, but I did get these. One sec. I got blackberries. Look at these. Incredible. So I got a beautiful bouquet. We arranged it a couple days ago. It's been sitting in the crib. Got a beautiful vase for it, and I want to do a little painting of it because they're gonna die soon, and I want to remember them, but I also want to have fun, right? Because they're so colorful, and I feel like I can have fun making a quick painting of these, a little oil sketch. I got to get ready to go out tonight, and I just want to hang out with you guys, talk about a few of the things I've been thinking about. I hope that's cool with you. I am going to set up a studio, obviously, right? Like we just gonna get it. I'll be right back. Hold on. Actually, let me show you the flowers. One sec. So this vase is deceptively heavy, but yeah, I'm excited to paint these guys. So we're gonna do a little quick painting, hang out, talk about life, chill, get your stuff ready to paint, draw, clay, write music, whatever you do. Or if you're cooking, washing dishes, whatever. It don't really matter what you're doing as long as you're watching or listening. All right, let me set up the studio. So, y'all, on my morning commute to the gym, I was reading. One sec. So, on my journey to the gym, I was reading the Four Agreements because on the train, I like to read. I think it's a great place to get that kind of stuff done. And y'all, I'm not that deep in the book. I'm sorry. But here's the book for anyone who hasn't read it, right? But it's great. And in the book, they're talking about, at least the part that I'm at is talking about perfection and how you'll never be perfect, and it's kind of like this made up concept that we've invented to sort of procrastinate. Because, like, what does perfect even really mean when you think about it, right? Like, no, I know I'm not perfect, man. Not drinking fancy water today. Well, this is fancy water. This is water from a coconut. Gotta get my electrolytes in. I'm going out tonight. But I'm not drinking. I'm gonna be drinking Martinelli's sparkling cider. I'm never gonna call you. I'm always gonna ball you. So I'm super excited to paint these flowers today because guess what? You remember those canvases that we prepared like a month and a half ago? Dude, they're finally dry enough now for us to work on them. So I'm excited to just try one out because this is the first time I've actually ever made, well, I didn't make a canvas, but this is my first time actually like making I guess like enhancing a store-bought canvas. And I'm excited to see how it feels. And, because 2025, I really want to step up my canvas game. I want to start making my own. And, that process in and of itself is a waiting game because it takes about 6 months from start of the process to the end to actually be able to use them. And so I guess I got to start in January. So fingers crossed we get a studio so that we can actually, like make canvases and, we trying to be big kids, okay? We're trying to level up in every aspect. Yeah, so hopefully today doesn't take too long because I want to get ready to go out. And I would love to record and show you guys my outfit. But if I can, I can't. And I ain't gonna fight with it. But okay, look how beautiful the flowers look, right? So I'm thinking, let me move this. So I'm thinking I want to get a good, but like I'm not trying to do too much. I think I'm gonna do this. That feels nice to me. So let me go get some books. All right, y'all. So we are painting on top of the Big Book of Lofts, which one day we will have a conversation about that book. If you're new here, I am obsessed with lofts, and it's part of the reason why I moved to New York, because I want and will have a loft in this city before it's all said and done. And I'm going to get it through art, and I'm going to make beautiful art in that building. Look at that. So the real question these days, do we paint on this little low-key, y'all? I think we paint low-key. I think we paint on the canvas. Low-key, because it's a little smally. Let's paint on the canvas. Look, yo, last painting of 2024. We're gonna paint on the little canvas. 2024, I ain't take no prisoners. Well, 2025 now. Okay, so a bad habit. I should probably clap, right? So I can sync up the audio. All right, let me clap. 1 second. So a problem I have is that I don't always completely clean off my easel, or not my easel, my palette. And so now I have to deal with scraping off all this paint. I should have really used it, but you know, life happens. But that's something I want to be better about coming up in the next year, is just wow, look at that. Isn't that nice? Anyways, yeah, that's something I want to be better about, is just, you know, doing the right thing the first time so I don't have to go back and redo it, because I feel like that's where a lot of my issues come from, is sort of, you know, making a mistake and feeling like, okay, well, I'll fix it on the next time, right? And like, there's a time and place for that. And yo, people are driving crazy in New York right now. But yeah, just, I want to learn when to differentiate when the right time and place is for things, right? Like, when is it time for me to be chill? And when is it time for me to be super strict? And, you know, but in due time. I'm excited to paint the flowers though. I think I'm gonna have a blast. A little quick painting before I head out. So, as I was saying, as I was reading the 4 agreements, right? Like, the part that I kind of stopped on today that was really profound to me was people looking for perfection and sort of creating issues so that they don't have to start, because people are afraid of living their life, right? Because it can kind of be scary when you put yourself in an uncomfortable position. But I know for me, I've always sought out being uncomfortable, and I want to do that even more in the future. Yeah, so I'm going to seek out uncomfortability even more in this coming year, and I'm going to do it every year, because I've found that when I put myself in uncomfortable positions, I learn so much more about myself, and I really want to know who I am, and I want to know what I'm made of, and I want to know what I'm capable of. And so that's what this is about. It's this upcoming year is about focus and making things happen, which I'm pretty good at doing, but I want to get better. That's like, there's no better feeling in my eyes than seeing a marked, whatever, man, you know what I'm saying, than seeing a marked improvement on something that you've been working on for years. And also just being able to like prove to yourself, like, forget everyone else, but like proving to yourself that you're capable. All right, let's get this paint out and get going. Oh shoot, spilled some painting medium, but I will clean that up in a little bit. Yeah, we're kind of pressed for time today, so we gonna, you know what I'm saying, do this little quick oil sketch of these flowers. And I love doing oil sketches because it just gives me an excuse to look at really beautiful things, and it also gives me an excuse to play with paint, so I'm never mad at that. Got my white out. Okay, so I wanted to just like put in the drawing quickly so that I could just focus a little better, because usually when I do the drawing on camera and I'm trying to talk, it takes me forever, truthfully. So I figured I'd just throw in the drawing, so that way, by the time I finish cleaning up my palette, we could just paint. So that's exactly what we're about to do. I'm super excited about this. Every time I start a new painting, I feel immensely lucky that I just get to look at something. You know what I mean? And not like, well, obviously I'm grateful for my eyes, but I mean, like, I really get to look at something, you know what I mean? And study it and feel a connection to it for as long as I'm painting it. So I'm excited. One thing I really love about this exercise is that, while I'm learning how to not be so perfectionistic in my artistic practice, I get to put that into practice, right? Like, how do I explain it? I feel like whenever we get a piece of advice, and by we I mean me, I don't always do it. I'm just like, oh yeah, that makes total sense. Yeah, you should try not to be so perfectionistic. And then, I don't end up actually doing it, and I kind of stick to my old habits. But, making oil sketches is a different way of painting for me, and it also helps me to not be so stubborn in how I work. Oh, by the way, guys, patience is truly a virtue, because waiting that month to make these canvases, this feels amazing. Like, this is the best canvas I've ever had in my house, and this canvas that I'm painting on is probably like $10. So to anyone out there, take the time to improve your materials, or don't, but take it from me, it's definitely worth it. This feels good. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I feel like there's a time and a place for being perfectionistic in your work, and still sort of figuring that out right now. I'm just trying to go with the flow. One thing I learned about myself this year is that I get impatient, and I have all these ideas, and I want a way to express them. And I think that's what makes me the most anxious, is wondering, okay, how am I going to make this idea before my mind decides it's time to move on to the next one? But I've also learned, this is probably here, honestly, I'm thinking this might be good enough for what I need. Hopefully I don't have another easel issue where my damn easel falls apart on me again. All right. So I guess we're gonna start with the shadow background light. We're gonna start with this. I feel like that's what these paintings kind of teach me, is to not be so hard on myself, because the purpose of this kind of painting isn't necessarily to make something look like something in front of you, which, I mean, like, you can totally do that, but it's more of a sketch, and it's more so about practicing the process and just being present, which I'm doing. I'm trying. I have a lot of goals for myself next year, and one of those being going harder on YouTube and showing my art publicly, because I make a bunch of stuff, but I don't show it anywhere. And a part of that is because I feel like I kind of dealt with, I don't say a fear of rejection, because I'm not afraid of being told no. I think I felt like I needed to improve my skills technically. I definitely did that this year. Like, I went crazy. Sorry, I'm just trying to get rid of this texture. Let's see, y'all. Probably still use this brush, and this dude is like an orange. But yeah, I want to show my art publicly more. I want to be more outspoken when it comes to just like how I feel about things, and sort of, I guess, what I believe in. Truthfully though, This year has been full of a lot of learning about myself, learning about what makes sense for me, and learning about, what kind of artist I want to be. Because I think that's important to know. Type of painting has taught me is to just not be attached to what I think the outcome might be, because it doesn't, I don't know what the outcome is going to be, so it doesn't matter because it's not here yet. And that's something that I've been learning from the 4 agreements, which is people kind of make issues out of things that don't exist quite yet because they're super concerned with what it should be or what it might look like. And that's a great way to, I think there's already a lot of unnecessary suffering in the world. So I'd like to spare myself some suffering. So if you've made it this far in the video, is there anything that you're kind of looking forward to next year? Like something that, not next year, but like no matter when you're watching this, whether it's like 5 or 10 years from now, like is there anything, even a month from now really, but like is there anything that you're looking forward to like whether it's something you want to improve on or somewhere you want to go, or like a new skill that you maybe want to pick up? Like is there anything new that you feel like you want to try out? Let me know down below in the comments, because I'm always super interested in hearing what people's goals are for themselves, especially because I feel like I set so many goals for myself all the time. So it's really nice to see that, like other people are also doing that. It's cool. I love that, like, if you just sit in the Bronx long enough with your windows open, you'll hear like just the craziest assortment of music. Like I think I just heard Jim Jones. I love Jim Jones. I haven't heard his music in mad long. That's awesome. But I think one of my goals coming up is to, outside of, obviously working on the YouTube channel, because if you can't tell, this thing is kind of like my baby. I'm having such a fun time just hanging out with you guys and sort of experimenting and documenting my process, because this is something that I wanted to do for a long time, but I kind of was scared to do it. And I don't really know where the fear comes from or where it came from, but I'm glad I just decided to take that jump, because like this has been great. This has been really informative about so much about myself, but especially it's been really helpful when it comes to just thinking about how I want to approach being consistent. And I really appreciate anyone who's been watching the videos up to this point, because you, whether you know it or not, you guys have helped me stay consistent. And so I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. What was I saying? I was saying something about things I want to work on. I want to work on the YouTube. I want to work on doing stuff in public. This is actually looking really nice. I'm not quite sure what it is about this that I really enjoy, but I'm liking where it's headed so far. And we're gonna put a couple more colors on and then kind of let it, just, I don't want to say let it dry, but maybe let it set just for a few seconds. More than a few seconds, maybe like 10 minutes, just so I can get a breather. But I want to just I want to have a different relationship with fear this year, because I feel like anytime I've been afraid of something and I've pushed through that feeling and I've pursued it, I've enjoyed it. And so I just want to continue to see what's on the other side of fear. And I encourage anyone who's watching this to also do that, because I think that that is like, it's an excellent test of like, okay, So yeah, it's an excellent test of character, and also just of like yourself, right? Like school's not the only place you can get tested. Had to throw on a little shirt. It's getting a little chilly in the crib. All right, y'all. And I also kind of got to move fast because my camera's dying. So let's let's go crazy. So I was talking with my girlfriend the other day just about like personal responsibility and how different people deal with being responsible in different ways. And one of the things that I've learned this year one of the things that I learned this year is when you think of something that you need to do, it's better to just do it right then in the moment. Yeah, it's better to just do things right in the moment, because the longer you put something off, the less likely you are to do it anyways. Plus, it's like, we only get one life. Why put something off? Another thing that I learned this year is to rely less on motivation and to rely more on discipline and the good habits that have been established. And so, whether it's the new year or just any point in time, I'm striving always to make better. I'm always striving to build better habits for myself. But building habits is hard, dude. It's like, especially when you're comfortable. And I'd like to stop being so comfortable, and that kind of sounds crazy to say, but yeah, I want to stop being so comfortable. And I don't think I'm the most comfortable guy in the world, but like, what I'm most excited for in this new year, though, truly, is to continue to just nurture this YouTube channel, because I see this as a sort of an art project. And I know I say this often, but this channel is also a way for me to keep myself accountable and to make sure that I continue to make art and that I follow through on my ideas. And it's cool that, there are people out there who actually enjoy watching me do whatever the hell this is that I do. But I want to try to be a little less perfect and a lot more real. And when I say real, I guess what I mean by that is when I say real, I guess I mean I want to be more realistic with my expectations for myself and for other people. Another thing I want to get better at this year, I want to get better at learning how to paint and talk at the same time, because I'm atrocious at it. But I guess the only way I'll get better is if I just keep doing it. It's hard, because when I'm painting, I'm thinking about like 4 or 5 different things. I'm thinking about a bunch of things, really. And it's kind of hard for me to, balance, thinking critically about what I'm actually looking at in front of me, on top of, pulling out my thoughts from the depths of my brain. We're making pretty good time, but I do kind of gotta hurry up, because I gotta get out of here so I can make it to this dang party. I feel like I've been going, y'all, this really is not like me. I don't normally go out, and I don't really like to go out on New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, I guess. I like to sit inside the house and work on next year. I'm like kind of addicted to improving myself and like putting myself in a better position for the next year, because every year I can see myself just being a little bit closer to where I want to be. And so just like going out going out doesn't stress me out, but it definitely makes me feel like, I don't know if I should be doing this. This guy looks like this. I need one more brush because we're kind of nearing the end. Because I don't, since this is an oil sketch, it doesn't need to be super perfect or super, accurate. I just really wanted to catch a vibe with y'all and catch a vibe with these flowers. And then I think for that yellow I got, let's chill. All right. Let me clean off my, let me clean this off and then I'll, Okay, so just finished up the oil sketch. I got to get ready to go out tonight. But I just wanted to say thank you for hanging out with me and chilling while I painted. I hope you made something. I just wanted to get one last thing in before the end of the year happened. I don't know if I'm going to get this out on December 31st or on January 1st. I'm going to try and get it out tonight. But either way, it doesn't matter when you're watching this. I hope that you're always going to strive for more. And I hope that you're going to try and be better than you were yesterday. And whatever goal that you have in mind for yourself, don't let the idea of it having to be perfect stop you from starting. Starting is better than it just being perfect. And with that, I just want to say thank you for hanging out with me today, yesterday, and tomorrow. I will see you again soon. And thank you so much for everything. Peace. Griselda. Hey, yo.